Sometimes an idea is so compelling, so huge, that even retirement can't stop you from making a video about it. That idea is Warden Tag 2.0, and it is the biggest and craziest project I've ever done in Minecraft. Those who follow our channel know that the Warden has been an obsession of mine for a long time. From Mr. Cuddles, the original Warden Tag Arena last season on BasementCraft.
Oh, he's staring at my soul.
You don't see me. No.
No. He's locked on someone. Josh.
Oh, don't forget, I even took a Warden several thousand blocks through the Nether to go trick-or-treating at a woodland mansion. Got him! But today, new project, we are building Warden Tag 2.0. And by the time this project is done, we will not only have an amazing new Minecraft game to play here on BasementCraft SMP, but you will be able to build or play in your own world as well. To start this project, I've flattened almost 10,000 blocks of surface here in the shadows of our transported Warden Tag Arena from last season on a mushroom island that we are using for a games district. I've also cleared out a ton of space below for redstone and other game-related things, including Warden transportation. In all, I've collected about 60,000 blocks for this project. So to start, I'm going to get working on all the redstone and some of the outline, and then I'll catch back up with you guys to explain more. Alrighty, well, we have finished the redstone and we have gotten some of these walls up here. Let's fly out here and take a little look. And you can kind of tell there's the different colors here in the corners. Each of these corners will have a room themed to that color that will have the tag and token that they need to continue their game. So the simplest explanation of how the game basically works is that there's different 4 colors, and each color has a return spot that this concrete will be visible up here in the top middle area of the arena. They'll have to make their way through some stairs and platforms and hallways into one of the corner rooms to pick up a token that will be out here. I'll show you guys the tokens later in the video once I get all those set up. Those are actually some really cool map art that was made specifically for this game. And right up here there will be a shulker box that feeds from all of this. You grab your item from the shulker, you make your way back through all the perilous things, it's going to be some winding back through this middle area. Hello! Do you sell Nautilus shells? You do not. One moment, guys. All right. Well, I took the wandering trader and his buddies, gave him some food, and let them hang out. And they headed their merry way the next morning. Don't look at my hand. And yeah, let's just pretend nothing happened there. Anyways, they get their item. They will bring it back up here. Their tag. They throw it into the system. It makes its way down into the depths of the world. And I'm going to go underneath here. And this is where the fun happens. And basically what happens here is these tokens will be sorted. When they are sorted, they will be released into the various lines and returned all the way back to their stations. But at the same time, as they're getting spat out on their water chutes, an electric signal, so say for pink here, when the pink item gets sent out, an electric signal is being sent out by the thing that's powering the dispenser to send them out. And this power runs 2 ways. One of the ways it runs is up here to the scoreboard. And one of the ways it runs is this way, and I'll show you what that does here in a second. So let's, for example, what do I got? A lead. All right, so now when I go up top, ow. Now when I go up top, pink should have 1 point, perfect. And, ow. This is why I made this so you could just climb and not have to fly down here. Silly me. It will return it here. Now what happens here is, and I don't think there was anything in this dropper. Nope. The system is basically locked though. So you can't just sit here and wait for the shulker to fill, grab 25 tokens, run in, and throw them all in at once. What happens is they all collect in this dropper here, and this dropper will not fire and put them into the elevator until it receives a current that another point has been scored. So this thing will just be chock full of tokens, and then whenever a new one comes in, as it's passed through the line, it will actually tell it to send another one up. And so once you put your token up there, it will actually send another one back in here, so then you can make your way back down. And with 4 colors, this is going to make for some very interesting things. In fact, I think we're going to have some different course sort of contests based on the different colors. So one of the things, obviously, is you could have 4 individuals, all each playing for themselves and doing their own color. You could have 2 individuals, each doing 2 different colors, or you could even have 2 individuals just doing 1 color each. You could have whole teams of people. Maybe one team is doing blue-pink, one team is doing red-yellow. You kind of can split up the entire game a lot of different ways. One of the ways I think that will be a sort of course challenge, and we'll probably have sort of a time trial thing for the season, will be drinking some coffee, will be what I'm going to call 4 corners, which is basically one person comes in, they have to go and get 4 corners of points returned up here, and the faster you can do that in, that's who will be the winner of the 4 corners contest. Or even a team of people could do it. See, one of the things about this system is that it kind of team proofs it for multiplayer. Because originally I was like, well, you could have a button somewhere, and when you hit the button, it puts an item in there, and then you go get it. But I realized quickly that if there was a team, one person could stand by the button. They could just spam it full while the other person went and got the items and bring them back. And this way, because it's locked to things being returned, it will be really important. And so, of course, this is Warden tag. So there's a high likelihood that you will die in the arena and you'll have to come back in. There may be a challenge for how many points you can get without dying. That might be one of the contests we do throughout the season. But most games are going to have a lot of deaths, and you're going to have to kind of work around that. Is when you drop your item after you die, you'll have to go retrieve it, which means you'll probably be back in the proximity of that warden that killed you. So, because if you don't retrieve it and bring it up here, you won't get another one under most circumstances. I'll probably make a few tiny exceptions, especially in team play, and probably put some kind of override switch for our for if there's someone overseeing the game, so that they can actually get an item back in there if they need to. But yeah, that's how that will kind of work. Yeah, so that's what our redstone is all here doing. It's not very complicated. There are a few other things I'm possibly going to want to add. One of the things, of course, this beacon here that's set up currently. I'm thinking of leaving this here once I'm done building. It's very convenient with the double jump as I've been building and jumping from platform to platform. But one of the things I could do is put a little like redstone timer machine here, randomized, that would push a piston out and block the beam from going up. And so maybe for most of the match, people wouldn't have any kind of boost. And then occasionally for like a minute or 30 seconds or something, I don't know, jump boost or speed would turn on and make it kind of crazy. We could also, even as the game goes on, could add in, I've got so much space down here. As I get ideas, I will have a lot of room to work on. One of the things that has kept me from doing redstone a lot in the past is I quickly have often built my designs first and then worked in the redstone and tried to fit it in crazy spots, even up here. You're wondering why some of these things are probably the way they are. It's because I literally had already built this and was like, oh yeah, I need a way to get these things down. And originally I had just had hoppers running all the way down to this first drop. And what I realized was hoppers are slow. And so it's a lot faster with the items to get them and to immediately have them spat out into the water stream and taken down for the sorting system. So that'll be a lot of fun. There, you know, there's a little inexact science. Some of the lines are longer than others, and of course, I've got two clear buttons for the scoreboard. One is up here, which is our going to be our viewing platform. Will be up here, kind of like the last Warden tag arena. But then we will also have a one down below in the starting room, so that as people regroup and start in the room down where you set your spawn before you come up into the arena, which I actually can get to that room. Oh, maybe. Let's see if I can do the jump boost. Did I put water down here? Oh, we're going to find out. Yes, I did. This area down here that has yet to be decorated, this will be our starting room, and it's going to be a lot of fun. You'll basically come over to one of these two elevators, and you will pop up, and you will be in Warden tag and off to the races. By the way, there's going to be a Warden, like, right there. So this is going to be a lot of fun. One final thing that you'll see here, and I'm not going to show all of this on camera because I want there to be some surprises for when people here on the server get to play this game for the very first time. Each of these hallways here have a different theme. We've got something with mushroom themed. Can't imagine why I'd want to use a lot of mushroom blocks, having cleared out this entire mushroom area. But we've also got sort of a cave area that's going to be in that hallway. This area is going to have, well, it's got some kind of plants there, so we'll see what that's all about. And of course, one with some exotic looking quartz. And so each of these hallways will have their own theme. I might show you guys one here at the end of the video, but I definitely want to keep most of them a secret for our contestants, at least for the first time they play. I think it'll be a lot of fun to go in there. And of course, the current plan is for sure in each of those hallways, there will be a Warden as well. So that's a whole nother thing that I've got to do is I've got the catalyst and a spot. It's not too far away from here, so I can use the nether to bring it in. I'll have a spot way down deep in the earth there where the portal comes in to bring the Wardens in, and then I'm going to make some different branches. You can even see right here, there's a big tunnel. This will be the one to get the guy up in from this middle spot, but we'll also probably have ones that go into each of these rooms. And then, yeah, there's going to be a lot of Wardens. My current count is, I believe there's going to be 10. I may have to up that or subtract that a little based on my playtesting, but that is the plan. So I'm stalling. I got a lot more building to do, so I better get back to that. All right. See you guys on the other side of this building. Okay, hopefully you guys enjoyed that montage of building. I'm going to show you guys what's up there in just a second, but see, somebody's left us a poster of one of our server members who I think is turning this green area into mycelium. There we go. So here's our map, up to date, what it looks like from the air. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with this. Looks like it's just the map border kind of messing right there. But yeah, anyways, I've got something to do. You can see here by my blocks in my inventory, I've got my super filters, which I'm going to use to help set the item sorters. And then I have some important maps that I need to set to get this thing operational. Of course, you know, minus the wardens, which are not in there yet. So let's go. I'm not really sure why I took the elevator up. Let's go down here to our redstone area. And set some filters. All right, so first up, I believe we have the pink filter. So we want to get 42 of these ready to go. And let's set this filter. You know, this is actually going to be easier from the other side because I actually haven't... I do all this work to color code, and then I try to approach it from the side where you can't even see the colors. There we go. Look at that. Look at that professional color coding. All right. So let's see. I want 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, and then 42. One will drop below. And that's how we go. All right. Let's get... Which means if I drop these in, I should see them headed off to Pinkland all the way up there. We'll go check on that here in a minute. Where's my shulker box? There we go. Next is yellow. Next is red. Now, one of the reasons I'm keeping a few of those back is so I want to make sure I always have a master copy of any of these maps, so that way, if should the worst happen and someone break my system and steal all the maps or lose them all, I can easily recover. Let me show you guys one of these real quick. So here's the yellow one. So each of these maps has the Warden tag symbol. Big Pork Chop, who's a member on the server, helped make these map art. We have a flat world connected to the server where you can go and lay out carpet and other things to make map art. And you can see he spent a lot of time making these. And so this one has the yellow border. It's clearly yellow. And it's also named. So like we have red and blue. You can just quickly tell if you're running through the game which one you have, which is important because there's going to be some version of this game where you will try to collect all sorts of various items. So let's go and check. Let's start over here with the pink. I believe I put in ladders for all of these to make it a little easier to get around. It's going to get a little dicey down here, I think, once the wardens are in. So like coming down and doing repairs and stuff is going to take a little bit. So if I did this right, all of these should be down here. And then depending on how many pass through late, some of these will be up top. So let's check. So there's 22 down here. And let's check how many got put up in here. So each of these corners has a room like this. So you can see the hallways to some of our areas over there that I'm not showing on camera. Okay, so they all came in super fast and did not set off the signal to go up because they all kind of went through at the same time. So now let's go ahead and let's take one of these. There are 21, and take note of that. So when we put this in here, down here in the system, what it should do is send out a signal that we will now have 21 again in there, but then there should be another one up top inside of the thing. So this appears to be the pink dropper system. Yes, so let's put that in. All right, let's go check on the scoreboard. Did we get a point for pink for that? No idea, because obviously I think it set off the scoreboard when it passed through. All right, we'll have to do this test again. Let me fast forward ahead to that. All right, so rather than throw it in down there, I'm actually going to show you guys what happens. So the way this game works is like this. You will actually start up here. You can actually see these bubble elevators will come from the starting room down below. You'll make your way across here. I bet you can guess what's going to be inside of this little stall right here. A nice friendly neighborhood warden waiting for you. You're going to get away from him. You're going to head over here. You're going to have to do a combination of sneaking when you can and running when you can. Because not only is there going to be a warden in the sides of each of these little alleyways that can shoot you from here as he detects you or be waiting for you to come back on a different return journey. But as you're up here, you're actually in range in each of these hallways down below. Those wardens can sense you from up here. So by the time you get down here, yeah, they might be waiting for you. So you'll go in this room. Hopefully you'll come out of it and you'll head down one of these hallways here. Go into this one of these hallways, head towards the corner room, pick up your map. All right, we got our pink map. We've come back out one of these hallways. We've come through the center room. All right, we're heading back up. Ah, there's wardens everywhere. It's so scary. La da 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 da. Can you imagine how much fun this is going to be with like teams and stuff, like people yelling which colors to get and all those things. All right, we made it up here, and I'm going to toss it in here, and let's see. Takes a little bit because the system is pretty long, but we should see a point here soon. There we go. We saw a point. And let's go back underneath. There should now be a still 21 in the dropper, but there should be one up back now in the shulker as well for the next person to pick up or for you to pick up on your next turn. So 21, correct. And boom. There it is. So that's how the system works, and each of the colors works that same way. And so, yeah, these are all in, and you know, the game is actually playable. It just doesn't have our wardens yet. It also is missing something else. So as I was building, some of you may notice up here, got this nice big observation area. And so one of the reasons why we have this up here and it's all glass is that wardens, it's about a 25 block radius for their blindness effect and for where they can sense you at. And so what we do is up here, you can watch other people play and get a nice view. Generally, you won't be able to see them in the rooms and stuff, but you know, you'll have at least the outer parts you can be able to see. And you're far enough away that the blindness effect won't prevent your observation, which is really nice. So that's up here, but we also have this bridge to nowhere over here. And I felt like for an arena this size, we needed to do something big. We needed to do something huge to just put this arena over the top. So I better get to building that. All right. Well, we are over here at the games district for BasementCraft. There's a bunch of fun games. There's a little PvP arena right there. We don't actually have PvP on the server, and so that's one of the few places where you can actually do that. I've put in, it's not the prettiest thing, but I'm just tired of building. There's so much in this project. But this will get you up to Warden Tag Arena 2.0. I also had a bunch of yellow glass, so I just used that rather than crafting a ton of black glass. All right, we've got our walkway here with some of our banners leading the way. And yeah, I love how this looks. We're gonna fly up and see that here in a minute, but let me show you guys real quick. So when players show up, right here we have the room with the rules and the game modes. We also have some record books for people to be able to keep their times for the different game modes, which I'll explain here in a minute. And then, of course, you can't put all the intricacies of the rules on the sign, so kind of have the CliffsNotes version up here, and then more detailed stuff in there, explaining the rules and the game modes. But the basics of the rules are no armor, or elytra, or totems. I think that's spelled out in there. No potions or tops effects. So we have things like if you've donated a certain amount of things, you can get night vision, or you can get haste. There's a ton of stuff you can get, and those will all be off. You'll be required to have those off. And even if you do that with like the commands, it still shows the particles above you, kind of like you see on me right here. So the scorekeepers will be able to tell if someone's cheating, but no potions, no special effects. I haven't officially made a rule about food, but I think the rule is going to be nothing higher than golden carrots. So no golden apples, and definitely no notch apples, enchanted golden apples, whatever you want to call them. Or food that gives you effects like transportation, chorus fruit, that kind of stuff. So the other danger, though, if you bring too much food with you and you die, is it will be scattered in the arena somewhere. So good luck with that. All right. You want to always set your spawn below, because one of the rules that's spelled out in the rule book is you can't leave the arena. And that's important mainly for one. A lot of these are timed or they're competitive, but this one right here, the no death one, I could see someone playing, and then when things got a little heated, they would teleport away and then come back when they were. No, you gotta stay in the arena or your run's over. Let's see. No hitting wardens. A lot of them will be contained, so you don't have to hit them. They'll mostly be attacking you with their ranged attack. But there are a couple spots where you will be right next to them, because it's warden tag. In those spots, you cannot hit them. That's been an original rule of warden tag, just from the fact of, I don't want to bring in new wardens if you guys kill them. Like, I mean, even punches are going to add up over time, and that we don't want to hurt our little buddies. No breaking or placing blocks. This is a big rule. Now our server has a claim system, so once our server admins get me more blocks to use, because surprise, I don't have just an extra 10,000 available claim blocks sitting in my back pocket, which is the size of this arena roughly. I'll be able to actually set that where you cannot break blocks, but just in case we start playing before that starts, or you're playing this in your own world, you download the schematic that I'm providing for you guys. Rule is no breaking or placing blocks. It's just a lot of work to repair anything that gets destroyed if you're running the arena, because once wardens are in, you gotta get in there with wardens and fix stuff. But the other part of it is, it's just not fun. You could just break through walls. There's some fences, things like that. So that's part of the reason for these rules here. All right. As a general rule for anything the timer starts when you enter the elevator from the starting room. That just gives us a consistent time. You'll step in, or you'll say in chat or whatever to the timekeeper. All right. No holding more than one token at a time. This is a huge rule. I showed you guys in the redstone how it's set up where you'll only receive one in each corner, But theoretically, you could go to the pink corner and then run all the way over to the red corner and grab both of those. That is not allowed. In fact, a couple of the game modes that is not going to work. So you cannot hold more than one token at a time. You have to grab a player by themselves cannot hold more than one token at any time. This also will help prevent losing tokens, because if a player is holding one, they get killed. It's in the arena somewhere. They're like, I quit. They're not going back in, whatever the case may be. We only have to recover one, as opposed to if they're going around to every single corner and grabbing them and then dying. Gosh, some of this, sometimes you make rules that make it easier to run the game. And this also works because we'll see here in multiplayer, there's a big reason why. And you must return tokens. So obviously the best place to return them is at the end of the game before you exit the arena, because the exit is right near the top middle anyways. Just drop them off in the drop-off spot. But you also could return them. There should be somebody here when games are running who knows the system. I'm hoping to train a few people on the server to run it if I'm not around. So they can just go down into the item area and return it as well. So that's what's going on there. Time runs must have an official scorekeeper or video recorded. This is very important. We're not just taking your word on your timed runs. So if you're somebody who does content, make sure you record it or stream it and make a clip of it. Share with us on the Discord. But please don't send me video files on Discord. Link it, post it unlisted to YouTube, whatever. Or have one of me or one of our official scorekeepers do it. And this just ensures that people aren't cheating. You'd hate to, you want to do the honor system, but some people just, they don't do that. I forgot I had my my K-pod still from when I was doing the video earlier. All right. Must have an official scorekeeper or video. Okay, this is an important rule. Goes along with this no holding more than one token. No stealing tokens in multiplayer mode. So say you have 2 teams in multiplayer versus mode, which is this one. You can have up to 4 teams. You could do 2, 3, or 4 teams. You just assign a color, or if you have 2 teams, you could go the 2 diagonal opposite corners. So I think I have it red and yellow and pink and blue. Those colors, you split those up and you go, okay, this team you're going for these ones, this team you're going for these ones, the first to whatever score amount you set. But huge rule here, you cannot steal tokens from the other team. Now, you could cross paths where someone on the other team gets killed, they drop their token, you pick it up in your inventory, you just discard it. I mean, you don't need to go return it to them and score a point for them, but just take it out of your inventory in the pathway where you are, and they'll be responsible to go find it. Because theoretically, you could just go take their one item and keep them from returning it, and they would never get a chance to win. And we don't have PvP, so there's no way for them to get out of your inventory without you dying. So this is a rule I just put. This is the catch-all, because you make a game and people figure out ways to cheese it, ways to do it. No cheating. In the rulebook, I basically say, if you're coming up with a way to win the game that's not really the way the game's intended to be played, it's going to get disqualified. Like, it's just, I don't know what those are. I can't anticipate all of those, but don't do it. I mean, I've imagined a few scenarios that I don't want to spell out here, but yeah, don't cheat. All right. And of course, a lot of these rules are actually automatic. If you do it during a timed run, it's a disqualification. So your time will not count, because it just isn't fair to everyone else playing. We want everyone to have the same conditions and not have somebody with night vision or they've secretly got on Swift Sneak Pants or whatever. As much as I love my Swift Sneak Pants, I mean, look at this. Definitely do not want to have those, because those are very limited even on the server, and it wouldn't be fair to those who don't have them to use them in the game. And then you run into the complications. If you die in the arena, you lose your Swift Sneak Pants. So I'm trying to help save people, because I don't want to be flying in and grabbing people's gear for them always. It's going to be kind of like if you take it into the arena, no one's going in to get it for you unless it's you. So don't. We're going to have chests and things down below. Don't lose stuff. All right. Okay. That's enough on the rules. I think those are pretty self-explanatory. The main goal of the game is to go to the corner, start at the middle, go to the corners, get your token, take it back to the middle, return it, score a point. And so all these game modes are built around that. We've got the first one is going to be our sort of speed run. It's called 4 corners. The idea is you go to all 4 corners of the map and get one of each color. So when the board shows 1 light on each color, that's your time is done. This can be 1 player or it can be multiplayer. I put 4 player, but because obviously if you're going to have a team and going to be in the team category for 4 corners, if you have 4, you're going to have a much better time because all 4 of you can each go to a corner and get the token, as opposed to if there's 2 or 3 of you, it's going to be a little, take a little longer. In theory, some people are pretty fast and some people are worthless no matter how many people are on their team. So there we go. So that's 4 corners. So 9 lights down here is 1 timed run. And that's just 1 color, all 9 spots on the scoreboard. This is a 1 player only category. And the reason why is because every color has its own record. Because my thinking is some of these rooms, because of the way the individual hallways there, these long spots that I haven't shown you guys, they're all different. And some of them are going to end up being easier than others just because of the way that they play. And so it wouldn't be fair to say red is like really easy for people that are just going and doing the red line to have their score in the same like competition as people doing, say, the much harder blue difficulty. And so each one of these will have its own thing, and it gives a chance for some of our individual players. Maybe they don't want to do 4 corners. They're just not crazy good, but they could like really focus on learning one of these other routes and just really becoming like the master of that route. I think that'd be really cool to see happen. And some people may try to learn all of them. You never know. All right, that's 9 lights. It's all 9 lights on the scoreboard for 1 color. So you just pick a color, you do your timed run, and once you have all 9 filled, your time is done. There you go. Light it up. This is going to be a little bit longer of a game, but basically your job is to get 36 points, and it may take a bit. This is something I think especially will be popular for teams to play because I think 4 corners is going to go really, really fast for 4 players, but this one is going to kind of be a fun one to do and require a lot of team communication and maybe some strategies, things like that. And this is basically just you fill up the board. You get all 4 colors 9 times, and there's both a single and multiplayer option. Obviously, you don't have to do 4 player. You could do 2 or 3, but again, if it's all in the same category, so you may want 4. Versus, you just split up and play. We talked about that a bit. All right, this is going to be a fun one. Possibly, definitely the longest one that we'll take. I'll be curious to see what the records end up being here. The Don't Get Dead Now. This is basically the permadeath mode, hardcore, whatever you want to call it. Steel Soul from Hollow Knight. This is only for 1 player. There's no timer. Once you start, how many points can you score before you die? Now, let's say someone gets really crazy, scary good at this. There's a catch here. You have to get all 36, so for all 9 spots of all 4 colors. You must get all those filled before you can reset it and start getting more. So say you do 9 blue right away. This is another way to keep people from cheesing it and finding out which room is easier and just going back and back and back. Because this mode is really made who's a master of this game. You have to get all 4 corners 9 times, and then you can reset it and start going for, your 10th blue one or your 11th blue one, whatever the case may be. So that's kind of how that works. And if the scoreboard fills up, the player themselves or the scorekeeper will be able to reset it for them and be able to keep going on that run. But I think this will be a lot of fun to see who can get the highest score. I don't even know if this rule about 36 lights will be necessary. but it's there just in case. So those are some of the game modes. Let me show you guys kind of the starting area and walk up into the arena with you so you guys can see everything going on. All right, so there's the rules and records room. Let's head down here to the starting room. It's still a little bit under construction. Kat, I actually was like, hey, Kat, you want to help do a room? And so she's been designing this, and then I've been kind of going in and trying to add some of the functional stuff, like some of our hallways and things. But this is kind of what this is. This is the scoreboard reset switch for down here. I'll get these laid out better. We've got beds for people to set their spawn before they go into the arena. And then, of course, we've got a starting elevator over here, a starting elevator over here. These are the returns. So if you're up top, specifically at the end of game, or if the scoreboard needs reset or something, we've got a couple drop shafts. Or if you just get freaked out and want to leave, you can do that as well. Up here, we've got... I added a little bit. This is not in the schematic, but for the hallways, they are much kind of bigger and open than some of our other spots where the wardens will be. And I was like, you know, it'd be good in between games to kind of pull them back to the middle. And so this activates actually 4 different note blocks under each of those hallways that will be used to draw the wardens kind of back more to the center of those areas in between games if needed. This hallway here is where you come in from the top, from the observation deck. And then we can use this hallway over here to head up to the observation deck, which, if you guys didn't figure it out from the video, the observation deck elevator is actually inside our giant version of Mr. Cuddles. We are getting shot out of his stomach right here. Ooh. Oh, I love this. I love this. Look at him. The majesty. I mean, come on. So this pixel statue is actually created by a creator named Blasco Winks. I put a link down in the description to their page where they have a lot of different pixel art, schematics, and things like that. I did do some adjustments from their original design. I took kind of the standing warden. I mixed and matched some arms, rotated one upside down to get the nice raised arm there, which was a huge pain, even in World Edit. And then, of course, I added our trademark, our wardens here at Warden Tag, our happy wardens. They are happy because we're sending them lots of people to kill. So that's what they are all about. And this, of course, is the observation platform where you can look and watch. I'm thinking of maybe adding turning some of this concrete there in the smile to black glass and putting myself a little office, little observation room up there for me. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But there's a lot of little things I want to do with the building. Just give you guys a quick flyover. Of course, there's our transplanted original Warden Tag Arena. I still got some stuff to do here, kind of building back up these sides so it doesn't look like it's just a big raised platform, which it is. I even started yesterday shaving kind of this back to make these cliffs a little easier. I'm actually going to have the server come help me with some of that, just because it'll be fun and we can work together on it and it'll go a lot faster. But I'm not going to be able to finish that in time for this video to come out, so there we go. The other thing I want you guys to notice is there's a little bit of a pattern in the observation deck. Notice it kind of looks a little with the cyan there like the sonic booms, and of course it's coming out of the warden's chest area where the sonic booms come from anyways. So I kind of had fun with that. And then we've got some of our banners over there on our scoreboard as well. So for those on the BasementCraft server, you guys actually get to see all these things, and yeah, I'm really excited to get this finished, get the lower rooms kind of finished up for the starting, get the wardens moved in once we've kind of built up all the sides, because it'll just get a lot more difficult to build once there are wardens here waiting to kill you if you get too close. But all the other stuff is done. The arena itself is all done, the redstone. If I decide to add something in the future, I decided not, I'm going to end up removing these beacons and just not really use them. Decided it was just something unnecessary, and maybe we'll add it to a future version of the game if we so choose. So I got to remove that once we finish building and restore some of the blocks that are missing there because they would have been in the way of the beacons. But for now, that's what we're doing. All right, guys, you can hear them. We're here in my creative world. I wanted you guys to see the game in action, even though I haven't fully finished it on the BasementCraft server. So I'm going to play around over here in the creative world. You can see the wardens are in. They are hungry. We have, this creative world where I messed with different warden statue designs and built the original arena before then raising it up to put the redstone in underneath. So yeah, let me make sure the scoreboard is clear, and then we will go. I'm going to play a quick game of Four Corners, which is the one where you go to all four corners. Maybe a few spots that I will cut out from the video just because I don't want some of the hallways and stuff to be seen until people on the server actually get to play it. But yeah, this is kind of what, if you get the schematic, you'll get a version more like this that you can add your own things to. When I enter this elevator over here, that will be go time. All right, ready, set, go. Now, of course, this is going to be a little cheaty. I think I'm wearing, yep, I've got some pants on. I'm pretty sure I added Swift Sneak pants just because I've learned not to be able to live without it. You definitely want to do a mix of sneaking and not sneaking. I'm going to go ahead and take these off just to make it a little more like the actual version will be. So you kind of want to figure out when you can run and when you can't. Now the problem is sometimes the warden's down here. Oh gosh, he's right there. Ah! And that's why you set your spawn. I'm dead. I'm so dead. Yep. The real question is, can I score a point? Now, of course, the more people you add into this, the easier it will get because the wardens will be distracted by multiple people and not just by, oh gosh. So I think that guy can run by a lot. I think that was the guy from the middle. Okay, I'm in a room. Let me go this way and try to avoid. Oh gosh! Oh, come on! On the complete wrong side. Oh my gosh. This is so tough. Still mad at me? Dude in the middle is like just looking for me. I'm just running now. I don't care. All right, well, it wasn't quite 4 corners, but it's been 15 minutes. There we go. We've got a blue and a yellow. All right, so we still may have some nerfing we got to do in the game, but especially with multiplayer, I think it's a pretty balanced mix from Cat and I's playtesting. So yeah, there's a little peek of what Warden Tag is all about. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know if you download that schematic and throw it into one of your worlds, or you even crazier and you decide to do like me and build it yourself. Send me a link. Let me know what it looks like. You can put your info in the comments on this video. I'm also over on Twitch or on Twitter, and you can tag me there as well. Twitter is @CatandDad, and love to see what you guys do with this game, what you do, and I'm excited for our server to start playing it as well. So if you like this, make sure to check out our other videos. We've done a lot of stuff with Wardens, as well as, of course, the original Warden Tag. There's some videos of that on here. And of course, you can always catch us over on Twitch at twitch.tv/DadandCat. We'll possibly have one more video of me moving the Wardens in, and also having some of the server members try some of the different game modes. But hope you guys have enjoyed this, and thank you guys for all your support of the channel, and hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye!